Welcome to Kyoudai Ai, the mostly weekly podcast where two brothers geek out about everything Super Sentai and Kamen Rider, or at least the seasons we've watched so far. I am your host, superjollymac, putting in his earbuds. Joined, of course, by my brother and co-host, DonTheVan. So let's dive into all the Toku and anime chaos we love. Grab your driver, your changers, your animal jewels, and let's get into it. How you been?
I've been good, man. How you been?
Uh,
Well,
Tired, but I mean,
yeah,
all in a day's work, I guess.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna be like, I'm tired. Uh,
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, though, everything's been great.
That's
Yeah.
definitely said in a way that it's definitely not great.
Wasn't convincing. Wasn't convincing. Oh,
No,
okay.
not
I gotta try
convincing.
harder.
Yeah.
I
Uh
definitely gotta try harder.
yeah, so I was out at you've been here before.
Mhm.
Salsa on the Square last night.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's always fun.
It was kind of cold though. So, not
I,
gonna lie.
I mean, it's September, so yeah. I think last time we went, it was warmer. It was like in the middle of summer, right?
Yeah. Usually we go in the middle of summer. This was probably one of the last sessions they had. And I definitely should have probably brought my jacket.
Yeah.
And I
When
definitely need a lot of practice.
Yeah. You've been out of practice. So yeah. But definitely in like this end of August, September time, always bring a jacket just in case. It
Yeah.
never hurts. Yep. That's my rule.
Um,
Ooh. But I mean, I guess other than that, uh you been listening to anything?
yeah, we can get into the music. I have not been listening to anything, but I do have my what is it? Recap.
The roundup, yeah.
Yeah, I have my recap. Uh, you want to go over anything you might have before we do it?
I don't think I listened to anything actually this week. It's been a interesting week. I don't think I have. Um, yeah, nah. Haven't really listened to anything too crazy. I listened to some Chase Atlantic, which is like a alternative band. Um, that's about it.
Okay, then I guess we can go ahead and get to my recap.
Yeah.
I guess this isn't going to show for you, but hopefully it should work this time around because I have been fiddling with the setup. And let's go. So currently, my recap for June to August is showing right there. You can't see it, but we can talk about the top 10 tracks I had. Number one, you want to venture a guess?
For your number one track? Wait, is it the month or like the summer? Like
This is pretty much June, July, and August. So yeah, the summer.
Don't say the Kawaii song.
Kawaii Kaiwai? No.
Yeah.
I don't think that made it.
Okay. That would have been my number one pick.
I think, and probably the only reason it didn't make it was because it started. I don't think I started listening. Did I start listening? I don't think I started listening to it until like the end of July. Whenever I showed it to you, that was right after I had started listening to it. Like I had heard it in the show, but I hadn't listened to it until like the end of July, I want to say.
Yeah. That makes sense. Okay. Your number one pick? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I know the end on the way.
I don't even know what that is.
Yes, you do. It's the opening to DandaDan.
Oh, season 2?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good.
Hmm.
That's a good song.
It is very good. It's still, I'm battling in my head whether like that or Creepy Nuts is number one for me, but I think
Yeah,
Creepy Nuts will still be number one. But I know that, like they're pretty much neck and
neck and
neck.
neck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So number two was Hero by Vondi.
yeah.
3 is Overtime by Haruto, I think. It's one of those vibe songs that I really like. J-pop is really leading the charge this one. Number
Mhm.
4 is Chains and Whips. I'm surprised it got that high that quick.
Oh wow, that's fast.
Yeah. And then number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would be Hugs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I knew it was up there. I knew it was up there. It got some play when I was there.
That one would
It
also
did.
be higher, but they didn't release the track until like a couple weeks, like the full size track until a couple of
Yeah.
weeks ago.
Oh, I see. I see.
Like I think
They
it's
had
only
to
been
give
out
some
for a couple
breathing time.
weeks.
Yeah, they had to give some breathing time.
Yeah.
Wait,
That's
how you spell Vondi?
Vondi is Vaundy.
Oh,
Yeah, and it's Hero. It's I don't know if it's from something, but like I really like it.
gotcha. Wait, I feel like I spelled it wrong.
Vondi? Yeah.
Vaundy.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He's like
Sorry, I
one of the
spelled it
artists I really like.
wrong. Okay, I think I have one of his songs. Yeah, Todom no Ichigeki.
Torome no Ichigeki. It's
Yeah,
from Spy Family, I think. Right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I got that one. I like him. I like him.
Yeah, I really like him as an artist.
Heck yeah. Okay, wait. Okay, so you're at number 5. What's the rest?
Number 6 would be Two Creatures. Also probably from someone you don't know.
Mhm.
Oop, 1 second. Yeah, I broke it again.
You broke it?
I broke it, but I fixed it. So Two Creatures is another song from a J-pop artist.
Okay.
And then number 7, I think we're on, is Ghostbusters, the original. One
Of
guess
course
how
that's
that
it.
one guess how that got in there.
Yeah.
Kids.
I know how that got in
Mm-hmm.
there. I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they love that song.
Yeah. And then I think number 8 would be Hugs, the TV size version.
Ooh, hugs in there twice.
Yeah,
Okay.
Hugs is in there, the TV size version, because the TV size version is all I had for like the first couple weeks. So I would play
Yeah.
that, but it's only like a minute, if it's that. So it was like
Yeah.
just the intro. And then once they released the full size, obviously that's the one that got play. So Hugs
Yeah.
would probably be a lot higher.
Yeah. Surprisingly enough, they were asking for that one too. I was
Oh
pretty
yeah,
surprised.
that's true. Yeah.
I said, "Oh, you guys want to hear this? Okay."
Yeah. Oh, but number 9, guess what did make I was incorrect. Number 9 is Kawaii Kaiwai. So it made the list.
Super cute. Let's go. I love it.
Yeah. Oh,
That's a good one.
and number 10 is the Big Sean. I don't F with you.
Ah, I'm glad to see that one still getting play.
Still made it. Yeah. I don't know if I played stuff as much.
Yeah.
Let's switch back. So I don't know if I played as much music over the summer. I think I didn't because we were like traveling a lot and moving around. So I didn't get a chance, especially like a lot of hip hop, because obviously I can't play that in the car.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much my top summer, I guess, listens.
Yeah. I need to figure out how to do that. I don't know how to do that. I gotta figure it out.
Yeah.
Because you're on Spotify, right?
No, I have Google or YouTube Music.
Oh. Maybe I should just do YouTube Music then.
But yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll figure that out. I'll investigate. I'll come back with you. I'll come back and let you know.
Good. Let's see. What about games? You been playing anything?
Um, so I started recording again. I am playing Slide 3. I'm getting through that. I started uploading again this week. So, or next last week, I should say. Um, so I think my schedule is more so like uploading on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. But yeah, I started that again. It's decent. It's still an old game, so it's a bit clunky, but it's okay. Um, and I've been playing Rivals, but there's a new game that I really am thinking about trying out. I might like say forget my schedule that I got now and just play that one instead. It's Hell is Us.
Oh, okay. I've heard good things.
I saw like a snippet of it and I said, "Oh, this looks interesting." And I don't know. I might just say forget everything and forget all my plans and just and record that one and play that. I don't know. I don't know. It left an impression on me, but that's about it for right now. Yeah.
For me, I'm still playing 14. I beat, I think, the dungeon, the final dungeon. So now I'm doing, what do I still have to do? I did the dungeon. So I think I still have a trial. So like a boss fight to do. And that might be it for this update. But I've been doing that. I've been treasure hunting a little bit, trying to get that money up so I can buy a house and doing some other stuff.
Nice.
Other than that, still going on Luto. Luto, I think is the name of the game. It's kind of like the creepy game that I was playing.
Yeah.
But I did see about Hell is Us. That looked interesting. I also want to go back to P3, Persona 3, and finish that one. So I haven't had much time to catch up on things. So I'm starting to slowly catch up, and maybe that'll free me up for some more games.
Yeah, that's always the issue, is just there's too many games to catch up on. Gotta pick and choose.
So we'll see.
We do have a good lineup of games coming out like soon. Like I think Silent Hill F is supposed to come out in a couple weeks. Ghost of Yotai is supposed to come out.
Wait, when's that released? Next month? Oh.
October something, like
okay.
The first, second week in October.
That's probably going to be one of those games that I just drop everything and I'm playing that.
Yeah, that's why that's why it's like a part of my plan to play. I wanted to play Tsushima after I finished Slide 3 and then go into Yotai, but I also want to play Silent Hill F. So I'm like, I don't know, and Hell is Us kind of came out of nowhere. I just heard about it yesterday, so I'm like, oh wow, and it came out yesterday, so I don't know. I'm probably gonna be flipping a coin or doing like a poll or something, see what people want to see. I don't know, but yeah, this is gonna be a crazy time for releasing games, which I'm surprised. It's been kind of weird over the past year or so. Very mediocre, if you will. Outside of like one or two like really good outliers.
Yeah, I figured I just couldn't keep up. What about the next Pokemon? Is that out yet?
That comes out in November. I mean, I'll keep my eye on it, but I don't know if I'm excited for it. Yeah. They've been losing me. I still keep my eye on it and like, keep my finger on the pulse, but I don't know if I'm gonna get it. I know my friend, I think he's gonna get it. He got a Switch too. I still haven't gotten it. I said, yeah, I'm cool. But
you think you need the Switch 2 to really run it? Because I don't want to buy a Switch 2, but I am kind of interested in the new one. It's fully co-op, right?
I don't know if it's fully co-op. I might need to check it out again, but
I thought it was supposed to be fully co-op. But it also seems like a cool concept. But I don't know. If I need a Switch 2, I probably won't get around to it.
Yeah, I mean they have it on the regular Switch, but I mean I don't know. They're talking about like quality of life improvements and everything like that on the Switch too. So we'll see. My friend he's probably gonna get it, so I might just go over to his house and play it on his Switch too and see what it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they still got Switch 2s on the shelves here, like at Target and whatnot. They're on the shelves, so I went and I picked it up and compared it to the other one. I mean, it was cool. It was okay. Nothing to really write home about.
Mm.
Yeah. But we'll see. Yeah, that's coming out in November. And then obviously Resident Evil 9 is February. So
I got to play 8 before that.
yeah. Yeah.
It's spooky season, so I got to play something spooky.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe Persona will have to hold.
Yeah, October. Yeah, I might. Yeah, I might wait on Ghost of Yotai, honestly, because I'm in the middle of playing Resident Evil also. So I might just play all the scary games now and then pick up Ghost for like springtime. I feel like it's a springtime game. Like a late fall, late winter, early springtime game.
I mean, I don't want to give too much. Well, you're playing Tsushima right now, right?
No, I haven't started.
Oh, you haven't?
I'm finishing Sly right now.
So I don't want to give too much away, but I think it's a all seasons kind of game.
All season, yeah. Well, I mean, I know it goes through seasons.
Okay, well, it goes through all of the seasons, and they all look great.
Yeah, I know it goes through the seasons of the game.
Yeah, and they all look great. So
yeah.
Did I ever tell you my Ghost of Tsushima, like how I played it?
No.
So I played it right after The Last of Us 2. And I booted it up, and the first thing I'm like, this doesn't look as pretty. And then I'm just like, this is supposed to look really good. What's going on? And it took me like a good half an hour to an hour before I was like, oh, this is nice. I like that. Like it was, I don't know what it is. I think it's just like their art style. Like The Last of Us has a certain look, and then when you switch to another game, it's just like, it's just not the same. But once I let it breathe a little bit, I was like, oh, this is gorgeous. I don't know what I was thinking. Like, it's just beautiful. Everything is beautiful.
You had to open up your eyes.
Yeah. Just had to get a little space between that and The Last of Us. But yeah, I love Tsushima.
Okay. I'm excited. I've heard nothing but good things. Like, my friends have been talking about it like since it came out all the way up until now. So
yeah. And
that's like years at this point. So
yeah, you saw my setup, right?
Yeah, I did. So I'm very excited to play it. I'm still trying to figure out what the difference is between the director's cut and just the regular one, but I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, that's so cool. Wait. I wonder what's gonna come in the collectors for the Yotai. I don't remember seeing it.
I'll tell you when it gets here.
Yeah, you're funny. I'm looking out for that one.
This was like last year. No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
I already pre-ordered it. Like as soon as they announced the game, I was like, yes, I don't care. Take the money.
Mine.
But
mine, even if it's
yeah.
Heck yeah. So all right. Well, I'm excited for that. We'll probably get more updates as it gets closer and as I finish up what I got going on now. We'll probably deliberate.
Cool. Well, let's go ahead and get into watching. Let's get it going. I haven't really been watching anything new. I finally caught up on Konobisuke Doll, My Dress Up Darling. The current season. I think a new episode just released, but other than that, I'm caught up. That's pretty much the only extra show I've been able to keep up with this season. So there's some other ones. I'm in various spots along the season with some of the other shows, but that's the one I'm really keeping up with.
Right.
What about you?
Absolutely nothing.
Did you watch K-pop Demon Hunters?
No, I didn't even get a chance to watch that.
I didn't either.
Great. Awesome. At least we're on the same page.
I really wanted to, though.
Huh?
I really wanted to. Actually, last night I was up finishing the last 2 episodes of Kamen Rider, and then I think DandaDan and Gachiakuta. I didn't get to watch them until last night.
Yeah, look, what? Me too.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't watch them until today. I woke up late and then I watched them before I like set up and everything like that. So I was able to get it done in time. I just woke up a little bit later than I wanted to because I was watching
Toku?
the Toku last night.
Okay.
Like it was hectic. I planned on watching them like breaking it up over the weekend, but my friend, she was moving, so we had like a little going away thing this whole weekend. And then also I did like a live stream on Friday, but another one of my friends was at a restaurant. He was asked if we can DJ, and then they were like, "Yeah." So I like had to pack up for that, and that took all night. So it's been a hectic. It's my nights have been hectic.
Yeah,
So,
same.
yeah.
But hopefully next week will be a little bit better.
Hopefully.
Did you watch anything new? No?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No. Only the stuff we're covering today.
So programming note then. I am finishing up the intro for the breakouts for Gachiakuta and DandaDan. So hopefully next week, or this week when this releases, episodes 1, it should probably go Gachiakuta, DandaDan, and then keep going episode by episode. I'll probably release one every day until we're caught up to the current release that we talk about that week. And then from then on, it'll be Monday is the podcast release, and then probably Wednesday Gachiakuta and Friday DandaDan. Or maybe I should switch them. DandaDan and then Gachiakuta. I think I might do that.
I guess comes out first, right?
Yeah, so I might do that. But that should start happening right after this release. So look forward to that. And now I shall turn the floor over to you.
Oh yeah, it's my turn, huh? Let me pull my notes up. Boom. So I do have hello. I have all my notes ready to go. All right, guys. So as we all know, this is the anime section of the show, and spoiler alert for everything moving forward for Gachiakuta, DandaDan, Gaoranger, and Agito, Kamen Rider Agito. So if you haven't seen them, I don't know what you're doing here. You should probably go watch it and then come back. And if you have not seen them and you're still here, hey, you're doing this to yourself. All right, so we're gonna start off with Gachiakuta. We're on episode 8, titled "Moving Forward," and we're picking up with Engine talking to Rudo, kind of really consoling him about the mission that they just had or just went on, and Rudo's really beating himself up. He thinks that it's his fault that Grease got really hurt, and Engine's basically letting him know that it's not his fault, and Rudo's like really sad, and pretty much he thinks that Grease is dead. And after that scene, we find out that Grease is not dead and that he is perfectly fine and healthy. And yeah, that's the cruel joke to pull on Rudo because I feel like Engine knew. I feel like Engine knew he wasn't dead. So
well, I don't know. Not to interrupt you, but I don't know if it was really like they were planning on. Like, I don't think it was a joke to make him think he was dead. I think it was just nobody corrected his what he was thinking. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh no, it's a cruel, terrible, terrible joke. But we meet another character, another cleaner, if you will, another giver. Her name is Aisha Dilsa, and we find out that she is the only giver with healing powers. And yes, she saved Grease's life. And also, we find out that the boss is back, the leader of the cleaners, Arca Corvus. First off, his character design is pretty cool in my opinion. I like it a lot. And he pretty much accepts Rudo as the newest cleaner. It lets him know that because he wants to go back to the sphere, normally they would just let him go. It was like, that's good enough reason to let him go. But because of his unique abilities and I guess his performance, they feel like he'd be an asset to keep on the team. So they're going to keep him around for a little bit longer. And that's why he gets accepted as the newest cleaner. He also lets him know about what all like the things that he does know. So we get a little lore explanation about the border, which is the space that lies between the sphere and the ground. And we find out that all who try to cross it die. And the boss pretty much lets us know about a rumor that he heard about a lady that is in the middle of the no man's zone, and she just kind of chills and watches people fall from the sphere or go back up because she says that people come and go sometimes. So that's like the only clue we have as to whether or not, people can come and go. And Rudo is happy with that information because in the next scene, he is ready to just go to no man's zone and uh literally no plan, no nothing, just like that's enough for me. I'm going. Engine stops him and pretty much lets them know that they need to train a little bit more so he can figure out how to use his powers. And also, he's gonna have a team to go with him because they're not gonna let him go by himself. A side note, Rudo's new outfit is clean. I like it. I said yeah. I said yeah. That's way better. Way better.
That was my first note. I was like, uniform does look dope.
Yeah,
like, the uniform does look nice.
Heck yeah. I made sure to make that a point. I was like, yeah, no, that's clean. That's like we might be coming into our own with the art design. I don't know. They might be switching it up. I hope people get like second outfits and it looks better. That'd be so cool. But to pick up where we have left off, we learn that Rudo asks Engine about why the Raiders are able to, be givers and whatnot. And this is where Engine tells Rudo it's like morality really has nothing to do with one's ability to become a giver. It's more so about your ability to cherish or take care of your belongings or your vital instrument. And so he's like, there's good people who don't take care of their items, and then there's bad people who like really take really good care of their items. So we learned that little tidbit, which is pretty cool. This is a pretty chill episode where Rudo gets shown around the Cleaner HQ by Rio, and he tries sweets for the first time with Rio and Engine. And spoiler alert, he's addicted. Rudo also gets a little training session with Zonka, Engine, and Rio, where they kind of learn more about how Rudo's power works. Zonka has the insight to figure out that Rudo fixes things, so they have him try to pick up broken items and use his powers, and it works. And I think he like gives 3 items power, and before he like kind of like is tapped and has to like kind of take a break. But we learn how Rudo's power works, and we learn about the vital instruments quality, and pretty much the more you take care of an item, the more you raise its quality, so the higher quality it'll be. And then we also learn about like the purpose of and that how it links to Rudo's power. Like he didn't break Grease's pendant, he kind of just used it to its full potential and its full purpose, and after that it's no longer needed, so it kind of like goes away. Because Rudo was wondering why some items he gives power to stays around and some items kind of disappear. So it's like when he uses the item to its full purpose or potential, then it goes away because it doesn't have any more purpose. And then they also kind of deliberate about what the series means that Jabber mentioned in the last episode, and they don't really know particularly what it means, but they think it has something to do with like the instrument's quality, like maybe some vital instruments were made at a certain quality or something like that. So they're kind of trying to figure that out. So it's a pretty cool like episode where we get all that information. And the episode leaves off with our Raiders meeting up with their boss, who, yeah, well, pretty much gives us a name for the series. So we have a little bit to go on. So he's like, pretty much Rudo's gloves are a part of the Watchmen series. And that's where we leave off. And that's pretty interesting. So I thought they would be called like numbered series, but they're like named series. So that's pretty cool. So I'm eager to see how that goes and how that continues to build up. But what did you think about the episode, bro?
I liked the episode. Like I said, the outfit was nice. I liked the two new characters. Yeah, I think they only introduced two new characters. They both
Yeah.
their designs were pretty cool. It was nice to see the boss. Um, let's start with the positives. The outfit was nice. The comedy was well. I'm immediately gonna just go downhill. So the comedy was fine. Like it wasn't horrible. Um,
Yeah.
I'll give it another bump. Zonka's figuring out of that Rudo needs kind of like junk. Like he takes his personality was like finding the importance in objects that people throw away. So when the regular weapon didn't work, he was like, "Oh, well, how about we just get him some stuff?" And then figuring that out. So all of that was good. The lore that they came up with was good. Like I'm interested in it all. It didn't really feel too exposition-y, even though it was kind of like a big exposition dump. Um, what else? Oh, but the real negative was like the animation from them walking and the what is it? The cleaner HQ. I didn't like it was a down shot of them going up and their arms just seemed like really, really long. I didn't like that. But other than that, like everything else was fine. I liked it. You'll have to watch it again. I just didn't like it. Probably a me thing.
I muted myself because there's an airplane going over. But yeah, probably a you thing.
Yeah. So, but that was it. It's just the proportions seem weird to me. Other than that, I really liked all the lore they got. We got some answers and we got some more questions. So
Yeah. You can't be mad when you get some questions and a little bit of answers to go with them.
And I think the same symbol that was on Rudo's gloves were also on the boss's something. I don't think we saw what it was, but we see that emblem on him somewhere.
You talking about the Raiders boss or the Cleaners boss?
The Raiders boss.
Okay.
But
I'd have to go back and see that again. I was typing when he was speaking.
I don't think I could tell what the object was, but I did see the symbol. So I think he has one of whatever these series items are.
Yeah. What if the Raiders boss is Rudo's dad? That'd be crazy, right?
Could be.
That'd be a nice plot twist.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna clock that one away. We're gonna put that in the speculation vault. Prediction vault. Yeah. We'll come back to that. We should start doing that. We should make predictions.
Yeah, I guess we could.
Yeah. All right. So that's prediction number one. I feel like the Raiders boss is Rudo's dad. Mm-hmm. All right. Anything else for Gachiakuta?
I don't think so. I think it was a decent episode. I'm really enjoying it so far. Only 5 more episodes, so hopefully, I don't know how. I need to look up how many episodes are going to be in this season, but probably like 12 or 13. Hopefully they finish it off even with the missing episode that they skipped.
Yeah. So there should be an extra week then.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that being said, we're gonna move over to DonTheVan season 2, episode 21. Technically, episode 9, but it's called "I Want to Rebuild the House." We pick up with Okarun and Gigi fighting in yokai form, and they are going toe to toe or foot to ball or whatever you want to call it. And they're really going at it. So Okarun is actually keeping up with the Evil Eye, and the Evil Eye is having a lot of fun fighting Okarun. And when Okarun decides to go all out, he obviously de-transforms or de-henchins out of his yokai form, and the Evil Eye is like, "Yo, this is way too much fun. Let's keep going. I want to keep fighting you and everything like that." And Okarun's like, "Nope, we're not gonna do that." Is like, if you want to fight me, you gotta fight me. He pretty much plays mind games with. Okay, so I abbreviated the Evil Eye as TEE, so I'm gonna call it T. Because it's just so much simpler than calling it the Evil Eye. Yeah. So he plays mind games with T, and And pretty much he's like, yo, yeah, you can't kill people. And if you want to like fight me, you can only fight me and me alone. And we'll fight every Tuesday after school because I have school and everything like that. And you get to see like maybe I'll just say the evil eye. The evil eye's person, the evil eye's personality kind of come out where he's very childlike and baby like. And like for the first time, he's like throwing a tantrum. He's like, "No, I want to fight now, and I want to fight everybody and kill everybody and everything like that." And he's like, "Fine, if I get to fight you, fine, I'll fight you on Tuesdays and whatnot." And they do make a deal to only fight each other. And pretty much, I guess the handshake of the deal is the evil eye giving Okarun his underwear. So there's that. And so with after the fight, Gigi's parents come to pick him up, and they're an interesting bunch of people. I will say that. After that, Momo and Ira are trying to mark their territory on Okarun, and good for him, honestly. Like things are really heating up between Ira and Momo, and I feel like there's gonna be a fight happening there soon. But with the help of wait. After that, Momo, Sexy Grandma, and Turbo Granny decide that they gotta fix the house. But before they do that, they have to go on a spa day. So they have like a little misadventure where they go on the spa day and use the rest of their money. I don't know why, but they did. Priorities. And they come back and they're like, "How are we gonna fix the house?" And Seiko is like, I don't know how we're gonna fix it, but we're gonna do it." And Momo's like, "Let's ask everybody for help." And Seiko's like, "Nah." But when they get to the house, everybody's there to help anyway. So with the help of Okarun, Ira, Kappa, who is the Martitian guy, I think his name is just Kappa, and his space friend, whose name I did not take the time to go back and get because he was a weird character. He talks in like a very angry manner of like throwing things around and like smashing things, but apparently he's pretty chill.
No, bro was angry. No. I'm interrupting. Bro was angry. He gets introduced and immediately he gets punched by Momo and Seiko. And so he's pissed. I think that was the guy. He keeps translating it, but like, dude is pissed.
He's very much pissed. But
yeah,
I was gonna go with the Martitian's translation of it.
Nah.
So every time he would like smash something, the Martitian Kappa, he would be like, "Yeah, no, he's saying like thank you," and he can't wait to help you guys, and you guys are awesome. So he's like, he loves getting kicked around by beautiful women, and so yeah. So I was like, all right, he does not know what he's saying in the slightest. But they help them rebuild the house using a space material that pretty much forms to whatever they want it to be. Yeah. And so after the house is built, Momo is really, really sweet on Okarun, finally. And is pretty much like, yeah, you can come over anytime you want. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Hang out with me. And then I forget if Ira said something, but obviously they're gonna go back and forth the whole time. We cut to a scene with Gigi's mom driving like a construction truck, and she's like whipping that thing around like a pro driver. And I don't know why Gigi's outside of the truck, but he's running after the truck trying to keep up. And they get to the house because I guess they want to help them build the house back too, but they already built the house. So they just kind of chilling out. Gigi and Momo are walking to school, and Gigi gives Momo an update on what's going on with the evil eye. Yeah, I'm just gonna call him the evil eye. But and he's like, yeah, he came out a couple of times, but he's keeping his promise and not fighting anybody. And and Gigi asks Momo if she has a crush, and we have like a whole moment of like her kind of like freezing up and everything. And he's like, "Oh yeah, you so totally have a crush, yeah." And then Gigi gets surrounded by a flock of girls, and one of them gives him a juice, which happens to be cold. He transforms into the evil eye, and dude's actually pretty chill. I mean, outside of saying he wants to like murder everybody, he's pretty chill. I'm not gonna lie, he's chilling. So yeah, and literally he goes through the entire school day with Momo. So the evil eye got to go to school, and he's learning how to assimilate into, I guess, modern times with Momo. He does not know how to use chopsticks, so that's something. But outside of that, and also all of the hot food is sold out for whatever reason. The hot drinks are sold out, the hot food's sold out. All they have is cold food and drinks. So Momo's going through it, the evil eye's having fun, and this is great. I'm here for it. I'm here for the evil eye going through school. Who needs Gigi when you got the evil eye? So at that point, Momo is talking to her friends as the evil eye is doing homework or something or chilling. And they're like, yo, maybe Gigi's like possessed by like some type of spirit haunting something something. And they're like, oh yeah, what are you talking about? And yo, is Octoroon's golden ball still on the loose? Because I could have sworn we got both of them, but I guess one of them's still out there.
I think maybe. So I don't know if we want to get into the speculation game, but I think Octoroon has his back.
Both?
I think so.
Wait. Ira had one, but we never got the other one.
I think he got both of them back because one he found with Turbo Baba, and then the other one Ira had, but I think he got that one back too.
Ooh, dang. Well, somebody's missing something.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Turbo Granny been out here. She been on some secret missions. That's what that is.
Well, I think she was about to take one because of the power or something. I forget. It was in season 1, but I think he got the first one back. I think he got both of them back in season 1. Yeah.
Okay. Unless it's somebody's eyeball. That's my other speculation.
So.
But I think we're gonna have another MacGuffin on our hand where everybody's gonna try to figure out and go get this golden ball. So that's where we leave it off on is a new MacGuffin drop. So what did you think about this episode?
DandaDan works when it shouldn't work. Like, I don't know why the show is so good, but it's so good. Like, this wouldn't work for any other show, but for this show, it's like perfect. I don't understand how they can pull it off because it's disjointed. It's random at times. Mm-hmm. The freaking fight was only before the opening. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh yeah, we about to get into it. This fight's going to be like the whole episode. This is going to be like the beatdown of the season. And then it's like opening and then done. I'm like,
done.
I was like, okay. And I didn't even realize it until, because I was enjoying the fight. Like, I enjoyed the fight. The fight was great. I loved it. And then like right after the fight's over, I was like, okay, that's a cool conclusion. And then the opening plays. I'm like, it was right.
yeah.
Like, I'd have to time it to see how long it was, but I mean, the opening could have been later on in the episode, but still, that had to be what, like 3 minutes?
Yeah.
But it was a good fight. I loved it. I liked the way they got out of it. The random stuff with the evil eye was fine. Like, the comedy was kind of hit or miss, but like it worked for what they were doing. All of the hot beverages and food being sold out was the stupidest thing ever, but it works for, like, this is the weirdest. This school makes completely no sense at all. No one in the school, no one in the city makes sense. This world is ridiculous, but it all works. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. Hey, it's like a dissonant noise or something like that. It's disorganized. I don't know what to say, man. But I love it. I want to be a part of this.
It's crazy, but I'm in. I don't know.
Yeah. They have me sold. Like, if they were like selling tickets to like get into this world, I'd buy one.
Yeah,
for sure.
And I'd probably immediately die, but like I'd be like, that was a fun 15 seconds, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody needs their 15 seconds.
But I'm in. I like it. I'm ready for more. We got a new character, I think, being shown off, so I'm in for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are you talking about the angry chill dude? Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm in for it.
We'll see what happens with him. He doesn't speak English, so.
No, not angry chill dude. I meant the dude at the end.
Oh.
He's been in the ending theme. I've seen him popping up, and I'm like, I think he might be in the opening too. I don't know if he was at the opening at the beginning or they just added him, but he's been in like the opening and the ending, and I was like, I wonder who that dude is. So I wonder if he's going to be the fifth person of the group. I don't know what's going to happen, but
I think I know who you're talking about.
I think that might be the ending of the season. I don't know. I have no idea where the season is going. They go everywhere. It's every thought I had about how the season was going to go is wrong because I have no idea what they're doing. But I'm in for the ride. Let's go.
Yeah, they zig when you think they're gonna zag.
Yeah. So.
Heck yeah. All right. Yeah, I think so. I agree. I feel like he's gonna be the last or fifth member. I won't even say last, but the fifth member. I think I know who you're talking about. I think I've seen him in the opening as well.
Yeah.
I skipped it obviously today, but yeah.
And he's in the ending. I know I've seen him in the ending. I think he's in the opening and some shots too. Like the opening, I think does a good job of probably. I need to rewatch it right now because I think the opening kind of takes us. I love this opening. I love openings that do this. Like they give us glimpses of how this season's going to go, but don't tell us exactly where it goes. Some openings will actually, like you can see exactly what's going to happen, and it's kind of like spoilers. But I like the ones that kind of give you hints. So if you know, you know. Yeah. If you don't know, after you know, you're like, oh, okay. Like I like those. Those are good.
Yeah, I think they did that with the first one too.
They did.
Pretty cool. So yeah, I'm excited. I wonder what his like deal is gonna be like. What his yokai form is gonna be like. So they've been doing really good with the character designs.
Yeah,
so good. Classic. They're classics already, in my opinion. But that, my good folks, is the anime section of this show, and yeah, hope you guys are enjoying it. Let us know what you guys are thinking about the anime in the comments. Thank you. All right, we can move on to Toku.
So we're going to start the Toku section with currently we're watching Hyakujuu, Gaoranger, and Kamen Rider Agito. Spoilers for episodes 9 through 12 are ahead. Let's go ahead and get it started with Quest 9 of Gaoranger, the Twin Smile. Futago ga Hohoemu. So we start this one with the Rangers having a peaceful day when we learned Yellow used to be called Gaku, I think was the name that they called out. And then he comes across two strange twins that are kind of running out of this building. And he seems to know like the person there because the person says like he used to be Yellow used to be giving him as much trouble as those twins do. We also learned that Black used to be a sumo wrestler, which is why he has all of those sumo moves. And then White was trained by her father and fighting. Yellow comes across Cell Phone Org, and he's stealing people's cell phones. They fight, and Yellow ends up getting beat pretty bad, and he's trapped inside an area of the city and kind of like a bubble. And then Cell Phone is trying to find him and steal his phone. I forget what they call those things. The phones?
G-phone?
Is it called the G-phone? Yeah, he's trying to fill all the phones. So as that happens, Yellow comes across the twins again, and then they all get attacked by the Orgats. And the twins join hands and kind of blow the Orgats away after Yellow kind of gets knocked back because he can't transform. The twins end up taking Yellow and then patching him up. And then they kind of ask him without asking him to grab a flower, or he says he will grab the flower for them as kind of like thanks for what they did for him. Then the rest of the Rangers try to get into the force field and they can't. They run into the orcs and end up having to run away, but eventually they kind of mount a counterattack. They come up with a plan to break Cell Phone Org's antenna, which they do. And as soon as they do that, then everybody can transform. Because they couldn't transform before, because as soon as they pick up their phone, Cell Phone Org would like send some signal in and kind of like hurt them, so they couldn't use the cell phones, so they couldn't transform. So after that happens, Yellow kind of busts out of his bubble. He comes to help them take out Cell Phone, and they end up defeating him. Then he goes large into Kyoudai form. They combine Gao King for the fight. And then when they get overwhelmed by cell phone, the two twins turn into Gao Bear and Gao Polar and then they gatai with the rest of Gao King to become Gao King Double Knuckle. And then they defeat Kyoudai cell phone. So both of the bears turn into like the arms of the robot, and then they defeat cell phone. But as soon as they do that, Gao King kind of breaks apart and Gao Lion kind of rides on the ground in pain. So it looks like he's in a lot of pain. And that's kind of where the episode leaves off.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts?
I see that they're trying to do more character development with the Rangers, and that's cool. I like the fact that, we find out Black is a sumo wrestler and that White trained with her dad in like karate. Um, I At first I was thinking Yellow might have been like a police officer, but I guess he was just a troublemaker.
Yeah,
So
because they break back into the police place. Because first I thought it was a school or something like that. And then when they come back and it's like a police department, I'm like, well, why did Yellow know? Like, yeah, so there's still some questions, but I like how they're going kind of into the back stories of some of these characters.
yeah. Outside of that though, yeah, it's still pretty much like doesn't make sense. Like the setting is kind of the setting is all over the place. I would say, and I still think the I still think the writing is very clunky. Like it's off-putting a little bit for me, but it's still a good show. It's just a little off-putting. I think we were just really spoiled by Time Ranger.
Yeah, I think you got to keep in mind this is probably for kids, and I think the writing this season is definitely showing off like this is for kids. You're not getting a lot because some media currently will write for kids and adults, so that you have kind of stories that resonate with both of you at the same time, which is like masterpiece work. But this one I think is starting to show the kid side of things, and it's kind of like you can't really compare last season to this one because I think I'm pretty sure they have two teams that work on this and they go back and forth. So I think next season might spike up again. I don't remember what next season's supposed to be, but they go back and forth. But this one is one where it's really showing off, hey, this is for merchandising. And the stories are like they work. I think they're doing a better job than, well, I don't know. Power Rangers had some good storylines, but it's the same thing. It's a weekly show that's made for a weekly audience that's a little bit younger.
I would definitely say Power Ranger definitely leaned into their story arcs a lot more.
Even that I think was later in the seasons though. Like the first season I don't think was really like that.
No, yeah. When they started off with Mighty Morphin, they were pretty much into their story with Rita and everything like that. And like
yeah, but that really didn't, I don't think that took effect until like they were introducing the Green Ranger. I think that's when you started seeing like a storyline, and even then I think it reverted back to like the episodic thing until they got to like something big.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like they still do the episodic like thing. Like that's throughout, regardless, like of in every season. But as far as having a through line, like I think the Power Rangers did better at having a through line with their out of Ranger forms, like dialogue and everything like that. Because obviously they can only do but so much with the Ranger forms, but yeah, when they were outside of their Ranger form, like just living their everyday life, and or what like with the villains, because like they actually changed the villains. Like I don't know how they do it, but they changed the story. Like with the Time Rangers and the Time Force, like the Power Rangers and the Time Rangers, yeah, there it's a completely different storyline. Like completely, like from the very first episode, two different directions. I was like, whoa, I thought it would have been this like more similar than that, but it's not.
Yeah.
Like in the slightest. Which took me for a loop. But to digress, I will say, just not to not to beat up on Gaoranger too much. I would say they're doing really well with the costume designs. I don't know how they do this every week, like with creating the new monsters costume design. Like it's really impressive.
Yeah, I mean, that's impressive. The one thing I don't like about the suits, though, are the claws. I don't know why. I just don't like the claws. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
Other than that, like,
Yeah.
I get what they were going for. They're animals, but still. Did you need them?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe like retractable, like because
Yeah.
like they're out all the time, right?
I don't know. I'd have to look closer. But I think
Yeah.
during close-ups, they're there. So I don't know.
Yeah, they could have gone differently creatively, like when they're running around like on all fours and,
Yeah,
and whatnot.
that's also a little bit, but it is what it is.
Oh man, but I do like the fact that we got the bears,
Yeah,
the new bears, and that it was two and not just one. And I was like, oh, that's cool, that's cute.
yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if we're gonna get another ranger though. It's like this is all happening like really fast. As far as the addition of like the animals. But I don't know if there's like with the way it's going, I don't know if it's opening up any room for an additional ranger to show up. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
But that's it. Yeah.
Well, we'll go on to quest 10. The moon beckons. Skiga Meneku. So we're only on quest 10, which means we have a long way to go. So we start out this episode with Red visiting Gao Lion, and kind of just confirming that he's kind of in pain and that he needs to be treated. The Rangers go off and search for an item called a radiant mushroom and end up in a place called the Sacred Forest. There they end up getting attacked by a group that ends up being the protectors of the forest. At the same time, the One Horns follow them in somehow. And then they run into not the Rangers, but an org that also somehow managed to follow the Rangers into the sacred forest called Bulldozer Org. The Rangers, meanwhile, are being asked by the protectors to take out the org because it's cutting down trees. And if the trees get cut down, then the spirit of the forest would get angry and then kind of attack. And then we learned that Blue's name is Samu Kai. That's kind of his name. So we'll just call him Kai. The Rangers, because he's getting kind of sweet on one of the protectors. After that, the orgs kind of attack. The Rangers go out to fight them. But Bulldozer is already a giant and just taking out trees left and right. They end up calling their power animals and using Gal King, but Bulldozer is so powerful that they end up calling the Kuma Bros. But when they gatai, when they combine, it gets undone. One of the protectors, though, I think it's the one that Blue was sweet on, starts to pray to the forest, and Gal Gorilla shows up to help with the fight. He combines with the other animals into this new form called Gao Muscle, and then they defeat Bulldozer, and then they get teleported back to their dimension, which we end up learning that the spirit, the spirit forest? The sacred forest is actually probably the past, and they're in the future of the past. So they're in current time, but the sacred forest that they went to was in the past. And then they find out that a radiant mushroom was kind of left in like a spot where they could find it once they got back. And that's kind of where that episode ends off.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, you want to start first on this one?
Yeah. One. Like the gorilla, that's pretty cool. I think that rounds off the animals that were in the scroll, at least the four, technically five.
Yeah, I don't know if Gorilla was one of the ones that was supposed to be on the scroll. I think the Kumas might have been 3 and 4.
No, I don't think so, because when she was reading the scroll in the last one, she mentioned like something like banana and then nose or something like that. And I was like, oh, that
Oh,
sounds like a gorilla.
okay.
I was like that sounds like a monkey type of thing, like a banana. And then she's like red bear, and it was like, and I think they said something about it. She was like, oh, there's two of them, like brother bear or something. I was like, I don't know. They said something like that. So I think the gorilla was a part of it, which was kind of weird because like it was in the past,
Yeah.
and it didn't make sense to me. I was like, oh, okay, that's convenient, I guess. And then also the shrine kind of the shrine took me out because like when they got back from the past, it was just kind of like in the middle of nowhere, and I was
Yeah.
like, huh. And then the mushroom is just in there, like all this time nobody's like tore down the shrine or messed with it, and I'm like, all right, whatever. But I was like, hey, if it works, they love it. I like it. It's okay. So it's cool. It was a good episode though. I wasn't too mad at it. I'm just giving it a hard time at this point.
Yeah, it was fine. There's movement. Everything is going along. They're getting new
Yeah.
powers. I think we're still kind of in the setup phase.
Yeah.
But I'm fine with the episode. It was good for what it was.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Just, I could always like find fault in Gaoranger.
Yeah, but I think this is kind of the level of Gaoranger we're going to get. So
Yeah.
as long as they keep it up to that level, I think they're doing fine. It's not as bad as the first four. The first four I really kind of didn't like, but since then it's gotten to a steady point, I think.
Yeah.
And
It's
I'm
definitely
fine
way
with
better
that.
than
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely way better than the beginning. Yeah. Like the next episode, I really like the next one.
Yeah. So speaking of the next one, we can go ahead and to get to that one, which was Quest 11. Father comes to Tokyo.
Mhm.
So Shuten is pissed because the Rangers have the gorilla, and he starts. Oh no, Suisue and Yabaiba start getting freaked out, like they should try to escape. But he ends up giving them one of his eyes to find something powerful to turn into an org. Meanwhile, the Rangers learn that the radiant mushroom is for making a Gao egg. And then White gets a call from her father and leaves to make it look like she's still in her apartment going to school while everyone waits for the egg to finish being created. Then there's a nice little montage where White's setting up her room, and there's a nice little poppy music going on. Wait, was this one?
Mhm.
No. Then the One Horns find a samurai doll as they come across the Rangers looking at inside the shop. They take the samurai doll back to Shuten, who turns it into Samurai Doll Org, who attacks the city. And then the Rangers come out to fight him. And then White ends up joining them and then missing her father, who arrives at her apartment right as she goes out to help the fight. Samurai Org is beating the Rangers pretty completely when White's dad happens to see the commotion and runs out to see what's going on. So he sees White, who is Sai. I think that's the first time we hear her real name. And then he notices that the White Ranger is fighting with her style. But she kind of one-handedly defeats Samurai Doll Org. And then he goes giant form, and then they end up defeating him in giant form with the help of Gao Tiger, and White rushes back to her apartment, but her dad's already gone. So White, they go into the Gao King, I think, or I think they go into the gorilla form. I forget which form. Yeah, they go into the gorilla form because the tiger comes out by itself and then kind of helps them on the side to defeat the Samurai Doll Org.
Yeah.
And that's kind of I think White goes back to her apartment, but her dad is already gone, but he writes her a nice letter that's like, I see you're working hard, and it was okay to send you to Tokyo because I guess he was against having her to come to the city to learn martial arts. But he's like, I think everything is going great. You made a great decision, and I can see how well you're doing by how well you're taking care of your place and the effort you're putting into your fighting. And I think that's kind of how we leave the episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And the fish cakes. Don't forget the fish
Oh
cakes.
yeah, he likes the fish cakes that she made. She's doing a great job cooking. Yeah. So you want to start with this one?
I like this one a lot better than the other ones. I think it's very wholesome to get the like her dad's thoughts and reactions to her being a ranger and like him piecing it together. I thought that was really well done. And I thought I was like, oh, that's nice. Um it was cool to see her like decorate the home. I was like, all right, cool. She's doing some regular stuff outside the Rangers. The whole ritual with the with the mushroom into the water was ridiculous.
Yeah, it's so convoluted. Like, bro, and it doesn't even stop there. We'll get to it next episode.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous. But I appreciate it. I laughed. I honestly like genuinely laughed. I said I said no way. I said no way, but I appreciated it. This episode was really good. Like it was really silly. It still doesn't make sense. Like I mean, like why was the org beating all of them at all five of them and then she just all of a sudden just came out of nowhere and whooped them. But I was like, all right, whatever. I could suspend my belief, or disbelief or whatever. And but I will say this whole season, the orgs have been like kind of like get handing it to them. Like they've been strong. So
Yeah, most of the orbs I think have been pretty powerful.
Yeah. So they've been consistent on that front at least. Yeah. But I mean, it was really good. It was really well done, and I think the main thing I take away from it is just it was really wholesome with her dad and her. So
Yeah, I like the whole storyline with between her and her dad. I think so far only White and Red have gotten episodes kind of like this that feel kind of like this, where they get kind of their whole backstory brought up. We've gotten bits and pieces of the other ones, so hopefully they'll have something kind of the same scope. Because I think it's really nice, and I think it really helps kind of the character development. And I think the more episodes they do like that, the better the whole series. Like it's still kind of ridiculous, but I mean,
yeah.
I think that's what's helping it get past those first couple episodes. It's just like learning more about them and their human side and who they were.
I agree.
So, yeah. But let's talk. Oh, how do we feel about the normal clothes? The jackets. The jackets. How do we feel about the jackets? Because I think that's pretty much their like civilian
Uniform.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like them. I like them. I like the fact that they have their name on it. But the thing for me is just like, does nobody know? Does nobody like know? Does nobody realize that they're the Rangers? Like,
I guess not. Yeah.
or yeah, are their identities secret? Like, I don't know.
I guess so.
I don't, that's the only thing, because like I saw it and I was like, well, they're not really hiding it, but also they're not like broadcast. I don't. It's strange. They're in a weird place, but
Yeah.
I mean they're okay. I like White's outfit in this show when she was like going grocery shopping and doing her errands and stuff. I was like, oh, that's like a cute outfit. Yeah. So I don't. Have we seen anybody outside of Red in just regular clothes?
I think they're out in regular clothes whenever they go around, right? Or not in
No,
the
they got
jacket. Was she not in her jacket and stuff?
Normally they're in the jackets.
Yeah.
I think this is the first time we've seen her outside of the jacket. Like,
Okay.
because she went for her dad. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. Which is why it stood out. I was like, huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not. We can get to quest number 12, which is the real one. Honmono wa dochi. So we start out with Copy Org doing some foolishness in an office when he's found out by the One Horns. He kind of copies an OL and sends her screaming out of the office. The Gao egg is finished and pops out of the water inside the shrine, and the Rangers travel to hatch it. And then I think Copy Org does this dance. I put a note in here. I'm going to say it now, not at the end. He does this thing, this like Morning Musume. It's this pop group from like 2000s, probably when this aired, but it's Hello Project, and I think their main group was Morning Musume. So it's like this old pop idol thing, but he kind of goes into that. I thought that was funny. So the One Horns and Copy Org get sent after the Rangers as one by one they break off inside the forest, because of course they're going to break off one by one and get separated. They finally regroup and get ambushed and then regroup again. So first, Red and the Miko, what's her name? Tetomo. Yeah. Kind of get attacked by a yellow with the egg, and then the yellow tries to break the egg, but Red stops him at the last second, and then Tetomo kind of catches it, and then they figure out, well, then the real yellow shows up, and then Tetomo kind of figures out, hey, this is actually the real one. The one before wasn't the yellow, and this is after Red has already like attacked him and trying to hit him. So then they figure out that there's a copy around. Then they meet all back up, and then they get ambushed and then regroup again. And there are two whites this time who fight it out because they can't figure out which one is the real one. And then the G-Foam drops out, and then Red picks it up. And then they're both like, give me my phone so I can transform, because she can't copy that. And then Red figures it out, kind of, by getting it wrong the first time. So he gives White the phone, and then he hands it to her, and then they all transform. But Copy shows up, and then he makes a copy of all of them, and then they are the Copy Sentai.
Yeah.
And then they have the little demon horns on the helmets, which I guess is a nice way to distinguish them apart. The Gaorangers end up defeating the copies, and then Copy Org also in little form. And then they all get giant, and then they fight. And then at the end, they defeat the giant form of Copy Org. And then at the end of the episode, the egg seems like it got all of the energy it needed. So, and then that's where the episode ends. So I could start off convoluted story to get this egg catched. And I don't even think we're finished. I haven't seen the next episode, but I'm sure there's going to be another step. I don't know. Convoluted. I think the copies went down way too quick. I thought that was going to be like a multi-episode thing, but I mean, it was fine for what it was. They're kind of like running through all of these episodes, but I mean, they have new stuff happening, and then it seems like there's forward progress, so I can't really complain too much.
Yeah, I agree. I can see that.
Morning Musume stuff was hilarious for me, at least, because I got the reference. But yeah, what do you think?
I thought it was a weird dance. I was like, why is he doing this stupid dance?
It's a pop thing. It's pretty. I'll have to find it. I think it's Love Revolution. I forget what song it is.
Okay.
Ikanji. Yeah, I'll have to send it to you later. It's when you see it, it'll be like, man, this is old. But yeah, it's an old pop thing.
All right, man. Okay. All right. And then the only other thing, there's a couple things. First, I kind of picked up on like what was gonna happen once Yellow randomly out of nowhere, for no apparent reason, just started moving tree branches around and like got a cut on his hand. And I'm like, dog, you did that in like the most outlandish extra way possible. Like, you didn't have to do all that. And he just cut his hand. He was like, ugh. And then just wrapped it up and just kept talking like nothing happened. I was like, okay. All right. But yeah, as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, he's going to be the first one to get copied, and something's going to happen, and nobody's going to notice the giant bandage on his hand and that it's not there. So that happened, and I picked that up. Honestly, I thought they were going to do more with the copy as far as like them being separated, but hey, you get what you get. That was all cool. The only other thing I would say is my Psycho Rangers would never. Like, first off,
So my question is, did you send this to me before or after you saw this episode?
Before.
Wow, that is some timing.
Yeah.
So
I
a little
happened to see it.
behind the screen thing is DonTheVan sends me this Instagram clip of the Psycho Rangers, and he's like, peak. That's his notice, like, this is peak. Nobody's messing with my Psycho Rangers. And then I ended up watching this episode, and I'm like, did he, like, what? This is so, like, how did he? Okay, this must have reminded him of the Psycho Rangers, and then he went back and found that clip. So I don't know.
Nope.
Yeah.
The clip found me. More so. And honestly, I'm glad because the Psycho Rangers were top tier. Best villains ever in Power Rangers. Like, they literally, the Psycho Rangers appeared in 2 separate series in Power Rangers, bro. Come on, man. That's awesome. That's how you know. And I think one of them still survived.
What season is this?
This is Rangers in Space and Lost Galaxy.
So is this in the past or the future?
This is before Time Force.
Okay.
Time Rangers.
All right.
So this is like 1999, 2000.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
No. I'm sorry. Move those up 1. So 2000 and 2001. Because Time Ranger came out Time Force came out in 2002, a year after.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but yeah, this is then. But yeah, peak. Top tier, all the way up there. But yeah, I digress. Yeah, my Psycho Rangers would never get stomped out in like 5 minutes. If anything, they're doing the stomping. So, but it was cute. That was cute.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I thought the copies would last a little bit longer. That power seemed OP for them to get rid of that quick. But I mean, they got to keep it moving, I guess.
I guess. I will say, like, when I did see the copy show up, I said, "Oh, I don't remember this being in the show," and I was like, "Oh, this is nice. Maybe they actually are gonna like turn it up." Then I saw them get beat, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. So we'll see.
I'm gonna hope for nothing.
But I think that's it for Gaoranger for this week. Next, let's move on to Agito. As I said before, spoilers for episodes 9 through 12 for Agito. Let's start with episode 9, the 2 G3s. Futari no G3.
Bless you.
So we start out with Gills kicking Fishy Adult, and then he kind of disappears away after that happens. Yes, I'm gonna keep with the Fishy Adult. The professor, I should probably figure out what that symbol is on his hand, and that'll be his name. I'll do that next episode. The professor tries to get Shoichi to get interest in culinary school or something else besides just doing housework around the house, but he's not really getting into it. Meanwhile, at the police station, Hojo is going through maneuvers with the G3 suit, and Hikawa was apparently transferred to criminal investigations. They have a little meeting in the hallway. The engineer, who is Ozawa, is kind of like annoyed that Hojo actually pulled off getting the suit. And then she has a talk with the other guy. I forget his name, but she mentions being cute is very important, and that's why she's so interested in getting Hikawa inside the suit.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, you can't knock the lady. She knows what's important.
Priorities.
Yeah. But while walking with Mana, Shoichi is walking with Mana through the city, and then a lady kind of looks at him like she recognizes him or he looks familiar. Mana sees it and kind of exchanges contact information. And then later the lady calls Shoichi and requests like a meetup for the next day. At the same time, Hojo kind of plots to capture Agito whenever he sees him inside the suit. And he's kind of like living his best life because he's now the G3 pilot and he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
So afterwards, we get to the next day, and then Shoichi apparently didn't meet up with the stranger because she never showed up at the park. He waited for an hour, and she never showed up. But the lady, who is Miura Tomoko, is actually found dead, which everyone finds extremely suspicious because she's found at kind of the same park where she was supposed to meet Shoichi at the same time when she was supposed to be meeting, or she died at the same time when she was supposed to be meeting him. Then we have an unknown attack as Shoichi and Mana head off for shopping, and G3 is launched with Hojo piloting. Shoichi tries to run to get to the fight, but he's found by Hikawa and the other police officer because he's suspect number one. And then when they try to take him in or ask him questions, he tries to run off because the unknown is attacking. And then he gets arrested. So Shoichi's in cuffs in the back of the police car. At the same time, G3 defeats the unknown. The unknown goes away. But he fights really rashly. And then when the unknown kind of takes a kid hostage, what should I call him? I guess Hojo G3? G3 Hojo kind of just shoots his gun right at the monster. And he's like, oh, I knew the kid would be fine. And everybody's like, yeah, but he had a kid right there and you're going to shoot the gun at him?
Yeah.
But at the end of the episode, the unknown looks defeated, ? And that's kind of where we leave the episode. You want to start with the thoughts, or should I?
I can start. First off, I like the name Fishy Guy. Fishy Guy's cool.
Fishy adult.
I know exactly. Yeah, Fishy Adult. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah.
We could, keep that. I like
Maybe until they actually say his real name, we'll keep him Fishy Adult.
I just want you to know I'm going to always refer to him as Fishy Adult.
I'm sure they'll say his real name soon.
I like that. I like Gil's kicking people. That's always fun.
I say kick, but he does like this. Would it be a scissor kick? What would it be? Because he goes up and then he comes down with his like the horn in his ankle.
Good. It's not a drop kick. Yeah.
I don't think that's a scissor kick, is it?
A heel drop.
Heel drop. Okay.
We can call it a heel drop. We might need to figure out what that move is actually called. Reverse crane kick. Let's call it that. But anyways, I like Gil heel dropping people. That's pretty dope. It's very fun looking. I would say, oh shoot, what's his name? Agito, human form. I feel like he could have definitely said something like, "Hey, there's an unknown attacking," or something like that. But I thought it was a bit weird to not have him say anything, unless they explain that when he gets the feeling, it's like he's not himself type of thing. That could be the only way I could justify that. But they're making it seem like he's very much himself. He's just choosing not to say anything. He's like, I got a feeling, gotta go. So I don't know. Hopefully we get some more explanation about that. But yeah, I don't like G3.2 pilot. I don't like him.
G3.2 might work. Yeah. I agree. He's kind of the worst. I think he's probably worse than what's his face.
Naoto?
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, maybe, yeah. At least I don't think Naoto shot at kids. So
yeah. So I mean, he's the worst. I think Ozawa made the right call. Like, he's been pegged by everybody. The other dude, although he's getting away with it, like, yeah, I don't like him. I think it is a heel drop kick. So nice. Point for you. Yeah. Other than that, I'm into the episode. I like it. I know Kamen Rider has this thing where I start out watching and I'm like, all right, I can get to it. And then once I start watching, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm in. I need to keep going. I need to watch the next episode. I need to keep going. Like, same. Yeah. It's like once I get in there, I'm like in there, and I'm like, okay, this is good. They're always new information coming in, new questions going out. Like I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
But I liked it. Shoichi, I think he just gets the tingle, and I think he wants to help. Maybe I think he gets a feeling that he needs to get there. But yeah, I thought it was weird that he would just try to run away from the cops. Like that's not gonna work, dude.
Yeah. Like what? They're like resisting. Stop resisting.
Yeah.
I was like, hey yo, it's not looking good for him.
Yeah. We can go ahead to the next episode though. So let's go to episode 10. Silver points and lines. Gen no ten to sen. Shoichi is being questioned by the police when Hikawa does something. I don't know.
Isn't that the girl? Wait, who's Hikawa?
Hikawa is the police officer. He kind of questions about, because he's like, yeah, you have bought all that. Or no, he asks questions about what he was doing that day. And Shoichi gets into even more trouble because he's like, yeah, I bought the exact same thing that you guys found wrapped around the body. And like, I did all of that. So Shoichi actually bought the items that were used to kill Miura-san, the lady. And it's then that we kind of also learned that there's a lot of smoke between Hojo and Ozawa, the engineer for the G3. We also get a shot of the unknown reconstructing. So last episode, the unknown kind of fell apart, but there was no explosion, which was kind of a hint like this thing is not dead. So it's reconstructing. At the same time, Mana ends up going to the police station to try to help Shoichi, and she talks to Hikawa and then shows her, or she uses her powers to kind of give Hikawa some hints so that he could probably find the real person that killed the lady. So first she uses it to show, or to find out that someone killed Miura-san before Shoichi showed up, and then she kind of gives the police a tip about the cars being 62, I think, and then going over some these two lines, which help Hikawa and the other police officer find Fishy Adult hiding in the train car with the same numbers that she kind of told them about. At the same time, Ryo's father, we cut back to Ryo, and apparently his father, who went missing 2 years ago, was found. His body was found. And I guess after the Akatsuki Go incident, the father was kind of acting erratic, and then his family kind of lost contact with him. So when Ryo is kind of flipping through his textbook or his little notebook, he sees Miura-san as one of the contacts, which is kind of weird. Everything's starting to connect now. Then the unknown shows back up and starts going after the same boy from before. Hojo G3 attacks it and gets beaten away really, really badly. And then once he starts getting beaten, he just grabs the eject button and like runs away, leaving the suit where it is. But then Shoichi is released from custody because they found Fishy Adult, and he admits to killing the lady. And then he shows up as Agito, and then shows up and gives the unknown one of his powerful kicks and blows it up. And this time it explodes. And that's kind of where we drop off the episode. So.
Hojo is definitely on the no like list.
Hojo is like, dude, bro.
I don't know what his deal is, honestly.
I'm sure we'll get into it. And I'm sure I'll like him even less once we do get into it.
I can't wait. I don't have much to say about this one. I feel like this kind of like goes with the last one.
Yeah, it kind of goes with it. I think it's interesting to see Mana kind of show off her powers to Hikawa. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, that part.
She seems like she's getting more control over it. I think she's the only one we've really seen with powers like this inside the season. So I wonder if that's going to be like I'm sure that's going to be a big thing because Hikawa is already looking for people with powers. But I wonder how that's going to go into the story. And then I kind of like how they're starting to thread Ryo into the story. and use him a little bit more too. So we're kind of getting all three of those lines coming together. So I like what they're doing. I like the pace that they're going in. Like we're keeping it moving. I'm not really bored in any episodes, even during the dramatic sections. I don't know if that's more to come. And there's still like a ton of things I want to learn about. So I think they're doing a good job.
Yeah, I agree. I think the pacing is a little bit better than Kuga.
Yeah.
They definitely improved on that aspect. Yeah, I don't like I said, I don't have much to say. I did agree with you on what's her name? Hakita? The powers? I don't
Mana.
Oh shoot. I said Hakita. Mana. Yeah, I agree on you on that part. That was really nice to see her flex that. But I think the only other thing would be maybe I like wait. No, sorry. That's next episode. All right, we're good.
All right. Speaking of next episode, we can go ahead to next episode before we get spoiled. And episode 11 is The Past Tied Together. Tsunagaru Kako. Hojo is relieved of G3 units, G3 duties, since he abandoned the suit in like a morning meeting at the police office. I think this is the one where he tries to mention the Akatsuki Go incident, and then the officer is just like, look, we picked you because we thought you would be a good fit for it. Oh, no, that's next episode, so I'm getting ahead of myself. So he's relieved of G3 units. Mana duties. Mana tries to get Mura's address so she can contact acquaintances of Mura-san, and she kind of tells Hikawa that he's the only one that knows about her powers, and then and that her father, before he disappeared, told her not to show that to anybody. Then she goes off to kind of go to Mura's address, and then she talks to a lady that she finds there and kind of tries to get the best friend of Mura's name, because maybe that person would know something. Like if Mura-san knew Shoichi, maybe her best friend would also know why she knew Shoichi. At the same time, a body is found rotting in a car, and it looks like it's decomposed for a long time, but that would be impossible, which means we have another unknown afoot. We find out that the friend is Mura's friend is called Saiko-san. So Ryo is also looking for her because that was another name in his book that his father had, the little notebook that his father had. So we have this cool scene where Ryo finds Saiko-san and then kind of follows her down to her car. And as they're walking past, Mana and Shoichi are going up to Saiko-san's apartment to try to speak with her. So they kind of just pass each other. At the same time, Hikawa looks like he's being a bodyguard for another family member of the victim, even though it was just the wife. When the unknown attacks the wife, Shoichi races off to try to help while Ryo is being brought back by Saiko. So they kind of pass each other again. They actually end up getting into the apartment right as Shoichi leaves from the window, which is fishy AF, but okay. But they sit down. Mana's still there. Ryo asks about the names in his dad's notebooks and kind of shows it to Saiko. And she says she doesn't know anything and kind of leaves. She just keeps repeating that she doesn't know anything and then leaves. G3 ends up being deployed because Hojo kind of forces the engineer to just deploy G3 with a minute. And he ends up saving Hikawa at the last second, but he gets beaten again. And then Agito shows up and starts wailing on the unknown, and then another unknown pops up. So there's two, and they're double teaming Agito until Hikawa kind of grabs G3's gun and then ends up firing it off a couple times. But it looks like he passes out eventually from the strain of firing the gun without the suit being on. And that's kind of where we end off the episode, with him passing out.
Mm-hmm.
So, action-packed episode. Well, I don't know. They balanced drama and they balanced action.
Yeah.
So you got both of them. It's like they fit in a lot into this episode, but I thought it was pretty good. Seeing the differences between Hikawa and Hojo was like, come on, man.
Yeah.
How'd you ever pick this dude?
Plot.
But I'll give him credit. He did at least stick around and got beaten, and he didn't eject this time. So small credit.
Yes. I guess credit where credit is due. Fine.
But then Hikawa like just picking up the gun and it's like, yo, this is gonna wreck me, but I'm still gonna shoot off some rounds. Yeah. It's like, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I like to see. Yeah, sir. This episode was cool. Definitely a full one. I thought it was funny how I'm gonna mess up names. How not
Psycho?
Saku, that's him and Ryu, and then the two girls, they like pass each other on the way to the house.
Yeah, Shoichi and
yeah, like they passed each other. It was kind of like I don't know. It's kind of like a cheeky like thing to happen, and then also them like missing each other the whole episode when Ryu shows up right when he goes out the window. Which that's weird, dude. Just use the front door. But I guess they had to make it seem like they were missing each other. So
have they never met? I thought they met when Ryo's girlfriend was being attacked. Maybe they didn't meet though. They just saw him.
Yeah, I don't think they met.
Okay.
They walked by each other a couple times already though. Like in the first episode, in the first scene, they walked by each other. I don't even think they met with his girlfriend. Or they probably did, but they did. I don't think they talked honestly. I think it was more so his girlfriend talking and then the other girl talking. Because they were talking about the tutoring type of thing. Yeah,
I think they just saw him when they dropped her off. I don't think they really saw him or talked to him. So maybe that's why. Yeah. But
I like that. That was pretty cool. I would say I like the character design for the villains in this one, or the villain of the weeks in this one. They're pretty decent. They're pretty well done. Yeah, other than that, it's pretty cool. I'm ready for the next episode.
Speaking of which, let's go ahead and move to episode 12 and finish out the week with the crash in the lake. Mizumi no Gekitotsu. After Hikawa helps Agito by shooting off the gun and passes out, the unknowns kind of disappear, and then Agito kind of just walks off. Hikawa, we go to another meeting at the police station, and Hikawa is reinstated as G3's user, and then we kind of see him in a sling, and he's just like, no big deal. Like, okay, bro. Hojo tries to like shift the blame to him because he's like, well, Hikawa grabbed the gun and used it without permission too. Like, I may have used the suit, but Hikawa used the gun without permission. And then bro. Yeah, and that's when the heads are like, you can't like try to blackmail us with this Akatsuki Go thing. Like, if you're trying to bring that up, that's gonna cause even more trouble for you. So it's like, okay, what's going on here? Anyway, we cut back, and Shoichi is back at the apartment talking to Saiko's brother. And then he had noticed a mark on one of the pieces, and he kind of asked her brother about it. And then he's like, well, maybe you guys should just head to the lake and see her, because she leaves in the morning and then she's gone to the lake all day. Just go there and you can meet her. So he goes, and then as he arrives, he sees Saiko out on the lake, kind of in distress. So he jumps in the lake. At the same time, Ryo is also apparently at the lake, and then he also sees her and starts raising out. So they both swim towards her and kind of rescue her, bring her back to shore. And then she kind of tells them a story about an ancient civilization that's probably buried in the lake. And then she's been getting all of these artifacts from there. And that civilization had a warrior or a god that that would protect them. And then that's kind of, there should be a statue down there depicting that hero. Afterwards, Mana and Shoichi end up coming back to the lake, I think the next morning, and then they kind of see the brother out scattering the artifacts for his sister to find. And then they find out that the legend is just a lie that he had heard from somebody, and then he kind of told his sister because she would go into these bouts of not being able to do anything. She would go into kind of like she did the last night, where she just says, "I don't know anything," and she would be stuck in a room saying that all the time. But once she heard that story and she started going out to the lake, that kind of brought her out a little bit, at least. And that's why he was doing it. So after that, the unknown attacks the same victim as before. And I think earlier in this episode, we find out that Hikawa was actually protecting that lady because she had the baby of the victim from the previous episode. And that he thought that the unknown might try to get that baby, and that's why he happened to be there to protect her when she got attacked. So the unknown attacks, and then Shoichi runs off because he kind of gets the sense that something's going to happen. But as he's about to get there, the other unknown actually attacks Psycho at the lake while Ryo is close by. So he turns around and goes back to Psycho. So they kind of don't show up at the same fight either. So Agito and Gills both catch up with their unknowns at their various places, and then they fight and defeat them both. But while Gills is fighting the unknown at the lake, Psycho falls back into the lake, unconscious. We don't see, but she starts going deeper inside the water as Gills finishes his fight, and then Ryo starts swimming after her. She kind of falls into the water. And then we end out the episode with this mysterious visitor coming to see Fishy Adult. I couldn't tell why Fishy Adult wasn't in jail. I don't know if this is the past, but we see this mysterious visitor. He starts signing his name as Shoichi. I forget what his first name is, but whatever name Shoichi is going by, he starts writing that name and then like crumples up the paper, and then he uses a different name to write into the visiting logs, and then he goes to visit Fishy Adult, and that's where that episode ends. So new player on the loose. What'd you think?
I thought that this episode was pretty cool. I honestly don't know how fake that legend is, because it would make a lot of sense. Like, it would be pretty cool to think like he thinks that the legend is fake and he's telling his sister, but it turns out that it's actually real. So I'm keeping my, I'm not dismissing that one just yet, but I thought it was cool. And if it blah blah blah, if it is fake, then I think it's also cool to like put a red herring out there and just kind of, just play around with the ideas and whatnot as far as like how the lore goes and them trying to figure it out. And I think it's cool to see Ryo and
Shoichi? Shoichi.
Wow, Soichi. I'm struggling. Soichi interacting together a little bit. I don't think they did too much because he doesn't really talk. Soichi, that is, he doesn't talk that much outside of like the family home.
Yeah, they kind of get into a fist fight because Shoichi's like, I'm going to go out and tell her all of this information and try to help her and she'll be fine. And then I think Ryo's like, hey, sometimes people don't need that. And then he kind of throws a punch at him.
Yeah.
So
it's going to be interesting seeing how they how they move forward.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that both of their kicks can destroy the unknowns. I was gonna call them orgs. The unknowns, and I don't know. It's just I'm into it. I'm hooked, and it's like I don't know what to really expect next, and I don't really know what's gonna happen, and that intrigues me.
Yeah,
so
that Fishy Adult side is definitely a lot of questions have popped up, and we don't know a lot about what's going on that side. And I think they're starting to bring in a little bit more of that. So we'll see.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions surrounding him.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely eager to see how that goes. I want to see what it's gonna be like when all three of the Kamen Riders like actually interact with each other at the same time. So this is gonna be it's cool. This is a whole new dynamic, and I'm all for it. So yeah, I like this week. For Kamen Rider.
Yeah, I definitely guarantee they're probably not all going to be on the same team. So we're going to have some real drama going. But
yeah,
I'm also interested in what's going to happen.
What if they all just turn into bad guys?
We'll see. Well, we got like a couple players in there, so some of them are going to be bad.
Yeah.
But I guess that's it for this week. So thanks for joining us on Kyoudai Ai. Stay tuned. Remember, you can jump around anywhere you want. There should be time codes inside the description, or just click. They should be divided on the bottom. You can find what you want. Take what you need. But as always, we will catch you next week. And we may not have much time. We may not have much money. But there's one thing we do have a lot of.
I guess that's Gao eggs.
Gao eggs? Sure. Catch you next episode. Oops.